Within 2 years, I underwent my first brain surgery, where the surgeon untangled all the blood vessels and arteries compressing the nerve, but the pain returned in about 6 months. By this time, I was a deputy principal. Some months later, I underwent brain surgery again. This time it didn't work at all. The number of attacks a day were now in the hundreds. Several more neurologists and neurosurgeons saw me, and the consensus was, you have incurable trigeminal neuralgia, which is likely to worsen in frequency and severity over time. It's incurable and it's progressive. You will have immense difficulties in every daily activity. In desperation, I started seeing a pain management specialist, who at that time definitely saved my life. His specialties were in anaesthesia and psychiatry. I was admitted to hospital a few more times, and an anaesthetic was the only way to alleviate the pain. My pain specialist challenged my whole way of thinking. He taught me that the quality of life is influenced by your outlook and the way you cope emotionally. Cognitive therapy helped me accept the pain but attach no judgment or reaction to it. It is what it is. We practice mindfulness together, an awareness of your moment-by-moment thoughts and feelings, your bodily sensations, surrounding environment, characterised mainly by acceptance without determining if it's right or wrong. I learnt relaxation techniques, and I began to control everything that was in my power, like nutrition and daily exercise. For me, exercise meant wrapping my head in a scarf to protect it from the slight breeze so I could get outside and walk. I learnt to ask for help, and I learnt that I really needed it. I learnt better coping skills, meticulous note-taking at school. I even learnt to talk through the pain in the same way we learn to breathe through contractions, childbirth contractions. I wasn't always successful, and those closest to me would cover when I couldn't get a word out. Russell, my husband, remained my protector and carer in my darkest days. I had been the planner. I did not plan this and was not capable of doing a thing about it. Russell never insisted that it would be okay. In fact, he acknowledged that it wasn't. When things were intolerable, Russell could ring my pain specialist, who gave orders to mix up a cocktail of drugs that would put me into a deep sleep. My beautiful mum, who's here today, would babysit me while Russell could work. It was only a matter of time before I actually admitted defeat. I could not go to work anymore. By then, I couldn't even speak. I used a notebook at home to communicate. I was classified as permanently and totally disabled, and just like that, my career in education was over. Now I could hide from the world. However, I still felt compelled to find something I could do at home to divert my attention from the constant pain. So back to study. I enrolled in a Bachelor of Laws and revelled in online teaching. After trying every drug, every procedure, and researching the world over, I had given up. But my family never gave up on me. I didn't want to die, but I wasn't actually living. As a final resort, I contacted and consulted Sydney neurosurgeon Dr. Charlie Teo. He is notorious for operating on patients the rest of the medical world has given up on. Immediately we knew Dr. Teo was special. He understood that Russell had been looking into the face of agony for 10 years. He told his two resident neurosurgeons in the room at that time. This woman is suffering the worst pain known in the medical world. He looked at my MRI scans and commented, "It's a bit squishy in there. Your brain is too big for your skull. I think I can help, but there are significant risks. The worst being you may die." I was not fearful of death, but I was fearful of living. Three days later, I underwent an 8-hour surgery. Dr. Teo investigated the 2 previous surgeries I'd had, but he made a second incision at the base of my skull where the trigeminal nerve joins the spinal cord. In effect, he was making room for my very large brain. When I opened my eyes for the first time in 10 years, I was not in pain. It was a long recovery. I gave up my law degree, not because it was too hard, it just wasn't important anymore. Now I had the opportunity to live. I was really grateful for the simple things in life, things I'd taken for granted. I wanted to spend more quality time with the people I loved. I wanted to walk outside with the wind in my face. I wanted to speak to my children when they rang up on the phone. I wanted to read stories to my grandchildren. I wanted to travel. I could do all of these things now. I could eat, drink, have a conversation, smile and laugh again without excruciating pain. I'm not considered cured, I'm in remission. I'm grateful for every year I have, and I will never complain about a birthday. Your life is your gift. My message today is that the past is something you learn from, not live in. I've learned to live in the present, the here, now, today. Control is the power to say yes or no. Create a divide between your work and your personal life. If you don't, your support network will fail. Show family and friends that you are willing to spend time with them. Dr. Seuss said, "Be who you are and say what you feel, because those that mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind." Spend your time with the people and the things that matter to you.